ॐ एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्तिः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ। अदेवी स्तूयते नित्यं विबुधैर्वेदपारगैः सा मे वसतु जिह्वाग्रे ब्रह्मरूपा सरस्वती। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। निरञ्जनं नित्यमनन्तरूपं भक्तानुकम्पाधृतविग्रहं वै ईशावतारं परमेशमेद्यं तं रामकृष्णं शिरसा नमामि। यथाग्नेर्दाहिका शक्तिः रामकृष्णे स्थिता हिया सर्वविद्यास्वरूपान्तां शारदां प्रणमाम्यहम्। विवेकजानन्दनिमग्नचित्तं विवेकदानैकविनोदशीलं विवेकभासाकमनीयकान्तिं विवेकिनं तम् अहं नमामि। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। व्यासविशालबुद्धे पुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अथातो ब्रह्म जिज्ञासा। अथ thereafter, ataha therefore, brahma jignasa kartavya. Thereafter means having gained the required qualification for Vedanta vichara, Atma vichara or Brahma vichara. The qualification is sadhana chaturthaya sampatti. One should try to gain the knowledge about oneself through vichara. For the word therefore only we have seen the reason in Adhyasa Bhashya. Wherefore, since the basic human problem is a notional one due to ignorance, therefore one should try to gain the knowledge about oneself. The human problem, namely Parichinnatvam, is nothing but a notion, not a reality about oneself. And that notion happens because of ignorance about oneself. Therefore, one should find out what is his real nature. So, entire Karma Kanda is meant for creating a questionnaire, a jignasu. Jnatum ichuhu jignasu. Our Sanatana Dharma is full of questions. is full of people who question certain basic things about the creation, about oneself. When they question about the creation, if there is a possibility of creator, and they question the nature of the creator also. So it is full of questions. That is why the Upanishad Shastram is always in the form of dialogue between Guru and Shishya. Without questioning to a competent teacher, one can never find out the answer. That's what Upanishad itself says, Pariksha Lokan Karmachitan Brahmano Nirveda Mayat. Nastya Krita Kritena Tad Vijnanartham Sa Gurungyeva Abhigachet Samit Panihi Shrotriyam Brahmanishta. Sahayeva Abhigachet. That person who has gained the qualification to question should approach. What is the qualification to question? Sadhana Chadushtaya Sampattihi. Tad Vijnanartham Eva Abhigachet. In order to gain the answer for this grand question alone, one should approach the competent teacher. Gurum Abhigachet Eva. Don't sit with closed eyes or opened eyes, or don't stand in one leg, raising your hands or folding your hands. You will not get any answer for these types of activities. You have to approach a competent teacher. Then Shrotriya Brahmanishtam Guruvyeva Abhigachet. You should approach a qualified teacher alone if at all you are interested in gaining the answer. So, to question this many qualifications are required. Then the question must be what? It must be a grand one. Shastra says to question certain questions, you should have qualification. Whether you are qualified to question, whether you are questioning to a qualified person. So the question must be a grand one. One who questions a grand question is called a jignasu. We find such a grand questions in the Upanishads literature. Today's class will be about these grand questions, because they are questioning something mind-boggling. Even scientists are not able to understand the very question itself. Modern science or modern logicians don't understand even the question itself. Therefore, the person who questions is called jignasu. He doesn't question just to prove his grandness or his superiority. He doesn't question to know whether the teacher knows or not. There are varieties of questioners. He doesn't question to satisfy himself what he knows is right. There are some people who question to get the answer what they want. And if you answer other way, they will tell you don't know. Varieties of questioners. But this questioner is such a one who wants to know the truth about the creation and the creator and oneself. So therefore, today class we will concentrate on the varieties of questions. In Mundaka Upanishad, a student called Shaunakaha asked the teacher Angiras. Both are rishis. What is the question? Kasmin bhagavo vijñāte sarvamidam vijñātam bhavati. The very question itself is the proof for the maturity of the student. The very question presupposes the possibility of something existing as the substance of the entire creation. Idam sarvam vijñātam bhavati. Idam sarvam means idam jagat, the entire creation. Vijñātam bhavati is known. By knowing which idam sarvam vijñātam bhavati. That means there is something which is the substance of all animate and inanimate in the creation. What is that substance? By knowing which entire creation is known. To understand this question, you have to imagine you enter Lalita jewelry and there is a person who owns that jewelry with bald head, clean shaven person, and you ask him, sir, I want to know something by knowing which I can know what is there in your shop. Suppose if you ask, what will be answer? He will tell, it is very simple, Swami. It is gold. Gold is that substance by knowing which you know all the ornaments. Correct? That means gold is the substance of all the ornaments, and there is a substance behind all these ornaments should be understood first. Then only you can ask this question. There must be one basic substance which will be the cause of all the ornaments in the jewelry shop. Or you go to a potter and you see varieties of materials. There was a pot, plate, cup, so many things are there. Then you ask, what is that basic substance by which you have produced everything? Whatever you have produced, from which you have produced. Correct? Then only I can imagine the possibility of knowing something by knowing which I can know everything. So the very question presupposes the knowledge of something which is the substance of the entire creation. So in short, what is Satyam of this creation? Substance means what? Satyam. This is the big question for scientists. Till date, they are not able to find out. Initially, they told atom is the Satyam. Then they found that also is not Satyam because it could be destroyed. And subatomic particles have come while breaking the atom. Then again they started thinking that this is the Satyam. Now they have come to a situation we are not able to find out what it is, because according to the scientist mental condition, the substance is changing. Quantum theory it is called. Field theory it is called. The field changes. The observation field changes according to the mental condition of the observer. So that which changes cannot be Satyam. What is the definition for Satyam? That which never changes. Trikale api tishtati iti Satyam. So we are seeing changes alone by our perceptions. Through 5 sense organs and mind, what we see? Changes alone. And here is a student who imagines a possibility of unchanging entity being the cause for all changes. Suppose you are standing on the bus stand. Somebody comes and asks whether this so-and-so bus has gone or not. Who can reply this answer? One who stood before the arrival of that particular bus, and one who stood during the arrival of the particular bus, and one who's standing still after the departure of the particularness. Correct? So there must be a consciousness to say that this is what happened, trikale api amrutam. Without distraction, this is what exists. Understood? Without distraction, without going through any modification, this is what exists. This exists, one answer. To say this exists, that sayer also must be there as Satyam. Understood? What is the substance of the creation? When somebody asks, this is the substance of the creation, somebody answers, suppose. The teacher answers. Who can answer? That substance alone can answer, I alone existed. You understood now? So here he says, Kasminnu bhagavo vijñāte sarvamidam vijñātam bhavati. Idam sarvam vijñātam bhavati. By knowing which what? If it is other than the first person singular, imagine a jewelry shop, the knower knows the gold which is not first person singular, then whether sarvajnanam happens? No, only jewelry jnanam happens. Understood? I go to know what is the substance of the jewels, and I came to know that gold is the substance of the jewel, but I am not the gold. So sarvam idam vijñātam doesn't fulfill the condition. Idam sarvam vijñātam is not fulfilled. Suppose if I have to fulfill the condition idam sarvam vijñātam, that vijñānam must include the questioner also. Not only about the questioned object, not only about the process of its manifestation, not only about the causes and incidents happened during the manifestation, but it should answer the questioner's nature also. See the level of question. Kasminnu bhagavo vijñāte idam sarvam vijñātam bhavati. This is the beautiful question. Then second question. There are some brahmacharis sitting and talking in Gurukula, in a school. By knowing this question, you will understand how our schools were there, and you compare present day school situation. Students among themselves, they are talking like this. What they talk? Tad ahuhu yad brahma vidyaya sarvam bhavishyantaha manushyaha manyante. It is told manushyaha sarvam bhavishyantaha. Human being becomes all. Human being becomes everything. Like that they tell. Who tell? Somebody tell. See, this is the discussion among the students. Teacher is not there in the group. This question is not asked to a teacher. They are talking among themselves. Students are talking among themselves. So one student says to another student, Manushyaha sarvam bhavishyantaha iti ahuhu. Some people say that I have become everything. When we ask how you have become everything, vidyaya, brahma vidyaya, I have become everything. By knowledge, I have become everything. So, tad ahuhu yad brahma vidyaya sarvam bhavishyantaha manushyaha manyante. By gaining one particular knowledge, human beings say that I have become everything. Kimu tat brahma ave? They say, I have become everything. When we ask how you became everything, you are finite. Parichinnaha, 5 feet 6 inches, so and so. How can you become everything? Brahma Vidyaya Aham Sarvam Bhavami. He says, by Brahma Vidya, through Brahma Vidya, I have become everything. That means there must be a Brahma. Knowledge about that Brahma is called Brahma Vidya. This person has gained that Brahma Vidya. Because of gaining that Brahma Vidya, he has become everything. So many ideas are inside this one simple statement. Tad Brahma aved kim. Yasmat tat sarvam bhavati iti. So the possibility of becoming everything by knowledge about something which is everything. The possibility of becoming everything by knowledge about something which is everything. What is that knowledge? See the condition of the thinking condition of the students. This is our culture. You compare with this present day school atmosphere or college atmosphere. Here also, what is that substance which includes me also, by knowing which I know everything. Not only that, I know everything, I become everything. First question is only knowing everything. Second question says there is a possibility of becoming everything because what you know is everything. First question is what is the Satyam? Second question is what is the Satyam which includes I also? Then third question. Third question is by a housewife, a matured mother, maybe middle-aged mother. So she asked her husband, when her husband want to go renouncing his grihastha dharma, he wanted to divide his assets and hand over to two wives. He is involved grihastha because two wives are there. In grihastha ashrama, he is involved. Yajnavalkya Rishi and very wealthy grihastha. Therefore, only he was talking about dividing his property. How much wealth? You know, to answer every question, he will charge 1,000 golden coins for one question. Raja Janaka consults him. In that consultancy, he charges 1,000 golden coins for every question. And in competition, which was conducted by Janaka Raja, the prize was, in one competition, the prize was 1,000 cows decorated with golden horns for one competition. As a teacher, how many competitions you would have participated? Imagine. As a teacher, how many questions you would have answered? So, wealthy grihastha wanted to renounce his grihastha ashrama and take to Vidvat sannyasa, not Vividisha sannyasa. Vidvat sannyasa means sannyasa taken after gaining the knowledge. Sannyasa taken by the grihastha jnani. So that time, the mother Maitreyi, her name, she asked, Yennumayam bhago sarva prithivi vittena purna syat. If I am given entire wealth of the creation, No aham tena amrita aho. Will I become immortal? She asked this. See, to ask this question, how much maturity must be there in the mind of that mother? She is an householder. Till date, she was very much engaged in taking care of household duties, and being a wife of a great teacher. There is a patashala, thousands of students are studying, she has to take care of them, always engaged in that type of activities. Handling 2-3 children is difficult, and she had to handle thousands of children because it's a patashala, he's a great teacher. That is why he charges lot of money, not out of greediness. He had to take care of the patashala. So students had to be fed. There was no charge for students. So he had to earn money by his vidya. Therefore only he charged. So she was the wife of such a great teacher who was involved in all these household duties. But see the maturity of her thinking. She asked this question, all right, you want to give something to me, that's okay. Whatever you give, I will accept. Will I become immortal by that? Suppose if I am given all the wealth of the creation, will I become immortal? The husband Yajnavalkya Rishi says, Na iti hovacha. Yathaiva upakarnavatam jividagam tataiva te jividagam sya. Your life will be comfortable with gadgets. See? Upakarnavatam jivita means comfortable life with gadgets. Your life also will be like that. Amrutatvasya tu nashasti vittene. There is no possibility of, asha means possibility. Na asha asti amrutatvasya vittene. By gaining any amount of wealth, any type of wealth, amrutatvam is not possible. When the husband told like this, then mother told, for what reason you are giving to me? When I am not going to get immortality, what is the utility of that? Immortality is the word which denotes so many meanings. Immortal means the person who is free from fear of death, who is free from fear of losing something, who is free from desire of getting something, and who is always finds oneself as fulfilled entity. This is the meaning of Amrutat. Happy, cheerful, fulfilled, desireless, non-complaining, non-crying, non-urgent entity. Yes, people are always in urgency. What they do, for what they do, they don't know. Neither they know what they do, nor they know for what they do. But they do something. That is not the person, Amrita person. So Amrutatvam means that state of mind which comes to a person who attained this condition. So mother asked whether I will get that. He told, no, it's not possible. Then Sahovacha Maitreyi Yenaham na amrutasya kimaham tene. Yena vittene aham na amrutasya kim tene. What is the utility of that? Yenaham na amrutasyam kimaham tene kuryam yedeva bhagavan veda tadeva me bruhi. Giving up all this wealth, you are going behind something, na? You teach me. What you teach me? By gaining which? Knowledge, I will be Amruta. Here also, the question is about what? Purnatvam kena upayena bhavati. Mama jivanasya Purnatvam kena upayena bhavati. Understood? Mama Jivanasya Satyam Kim. Because Satyam alone is going to be all the time about myself. So, am I Purna Vastu or not? If I am Purna Vastu, I don't need this. If I am not Purna Vastu, there is no utility by this. In both way, I don't need this. If I am Purnaha, there is no need for me. If I am Apurnaha in reality, any amount of addition is going to be a waste of time and energy alone. Like getting boons. Getting boons, getting vara, getting blessing, waste of time it is. One round extra, that's all. Oh Bhagavan, give me a wife. Tathastu, one round, 25 years. Oh Bhagavan, give me a child. Tathastu, another round, 25 years. Like that, round after round only. Waste. Same place only will come. So she is asking whether I am Purnavastu already or not. What is the Satyam about myself? See the level of maturity thinking of an householder in Vedic culture. This question comes in two places in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad itself. Two types of Yajurveda is there, Shukla Yajurveda and Krishna Yajurveda. In both the Yajurvedas, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad is there. In Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, two places this question. That means 4 places the same question comes. With little difference in the words. Purna Syad in one place, Purna Syam in another place. But the question is same. What is the question? Mama Purnatum Kena Upayena Bhavati. How I am going to be fulfilled? Am I fulfilled already or I am unfulfilled always? You are giving up all these things. That means you are fulfilled. By what you got fulfillment? You teach me. She has that right to ask. She has shared her life with this teacher, great teacher. You are teaching everywhere. Anyone, even Raja also you are teaching. Why not me? Please teach. Then Yajnavalkya Rishi becomes very happy. He thought generally the wife and family members are not aware of the grandness of the husband or the person who takes care of the entire family. You know? Like that only generally the musician's wife doesn't know what is music. Generally. Like that scientist wife doesn't know what is science. All the time her mind will be with vegetable and fruits and taking care of home. So generally these people who are committed to this particular knowledge don't have the faith in their wife that they can share their knowledge. When they start sharing, the wife will sleep off. Even in Arjuna's life it comes. When Arjuna wanted to share the knowledge about certain warfare activities, that Subhadra Devi sleeps off. So Yajnavalkya Rishi got very happy. Are, such a wonderful lady you are. Sahovacha Yajnavalkyaha priyavai kalu no bhavati sati priyam. So far you are dear to me. By asking this question, you become dearest to me. Because another wife doesn't ask that. Katyayini, that mother name. She told, all right, whatever you give, I will manage my life like that. But this Maitreyi, no, I don't want any of these things. You hand over everything to my sister. Let her be happy. I want to know something by which I can be a Purna Vastu. This is third question. I am giving samples. There are hundreds of questions like this. I am giving sample of people who are in various stages of life. First question was by a student to the teacher. Second question was the discussion among the students. Third question is the discussion between the husband and wife. Then fourth question. This question happens in an open sabha. Vidvat sabha it is called. All the pandits or knowledgeable people gather in one place, they discuss. That type of society it was, full of knowledge. So the Vidvat sabha happens. It is the sabha of Janaka Maharaja. Then Yajnavalkya and other rishis are there, all great rishis. In that sabha, this question. Yedeva sakshat aparokshat brahma ya atma sarvantaraha tamme vyachakshva he Yajnavalkya iti. This question was asked by two rishis in two occasions. Ushasta Chakrayanaha is the name of one rishi. Kahola Kaushitakiyaha is another rishi's name. So in two places the same question comes. What is the question? Yedeva sakshat aparokshat brahma ya atma sarvantaraha tam me vyachakshva. Yed brahma, yed atma, sakshat bhavati, you tell about us. What is the meaning of sakshat bhavati? Yed brahma, that which is the infinite, and that which is the atma, substance, that which is the sarvantaraha. You probe a car, you get certain parts of the car. You probe the part of the car, what you get? Antaraha, sarva antaraha. You reach a stage wherein there is no possibility of more probing. This is the last word. What is that? What is the substance? What is the satyam? And that satyam is not finite, Brahma. And that satyam is not known by sensory perceptions. Because sakshat aparokshat. All our perceptions are paroksham or pratyaksham. All our knowledge is gained by either paroksham or pratyaksham. Prati aksham. Aksham means sensory organs. Prati means in front of the sensory organs. That which stands in front of the sensory organs is called pratyaksha vastu. About that vastu, if you know, that is called pratyaksha jnanam. Understood? What about paroksham? Aksham paraha. For the sensory perception. But still you can know by inference, by calculations, by theories. Astronomers have, na? Even our Panchanga says, today Paurnami, there will be rain. Rain comes. Paroksham. It is going to happen after many years. Time-wise it is paroksham. Distance-wise it is paroksham. Many scientists say, na, comet is coming. It will reach after 2 years. They could calculate. How they calculate? The calculation is there. So, all our knowledge is either pratyaksham or paroksham. Here, by the word aparoksham means it should not be either pratyaksham or paroksham. What is that? Aparokshataya. What is that you know without the help of sense organ and mind? Please tell. That is the question. What is that which exists as satyam, which exists as substance, which exists as infinite, and which is known by sakshat? You understand now? Sakshat means what? Without the help of sensory perception or thinking mind. What it is? So that is why Vedanta says, if you say you saw Rama in front of you, that is not sakshat. It is pratyaksham. If you see in your heart, it is not sakshat. It is Anta pratyaksham. You see, I saw Rama with open eyes, like that. A Mahatma says, yes, you saw Rama with open eyes, but it is not aparoksham. Bahi pratyaksham. So the question is that yadeva sakshad aparokshad brahma ya atma sarvantaraha tamme vyachakshva. This is the fourth question. Fifth question comes from a intelligent mother. Spinster she is. Unmarried mother. Her name was Gargi. Swami Vivekananda was very proud about Indian culture by mentioning her name. Because there was a Gargi who has committed for knowledge entire life, because of which she did not marry even. And she questions the grandest teacher of her contemporary period, namely Yajnavalkya. And she comes again and again, 3 times she comes. First time when she came, Yajnavalkya says, unless you qualify yourself to question, if you question, your head will fall away. Then, young girl, spinster. So the teacher is Dadiwala, old man. So she got little fear. So she withdraws from the question. Again she comes. What is that? Let my head fall. But I should get the answer. Suppose if you ask anything to a gunda or a politician, if the politician or a gunda says, hey, you ask this question, okay, evening I will answer. By the time that fellow will not be their questioner. They would have finished him. Understood? So if you ask a question to a fanatic religious leader about certain religious things, the questioner will not live to get the answer, even one day. Like that here the teacher says, you qualify yourself and ask question. If you don't qualify yourself and ask question for just to prove your half knowledge, or if you ask question to test me, your ahankara will destroy you, your head will fall. Then she got a little fear, then went back. Again she comes with the same question. Same question. What is that question? Kasmin tad idagam sarvam votam cha protam cha iti. What is the woof and warp of this creation? What a question. Woof and warp means, if you take a cloth, there is nothing called cloth. Only 2 types of threads are there. Horizontal thread, vertical thread. Woof and warp. The very question shows, idagam sarvam doesn't exist actually. Like cloth doesn't exist actually. What exists actually? Kasmin tad idagam sarvam votam cha protam cha iti. So she asked the question stage by stage. In which this Prithvi is existing? Then answer comes in apaha. The Srishti Prakarana you have to remember. Akashad Vayuhu Vayor Agnihi Agner Apaha Adhyaf Prithvi. The substance of Prithvi is Apaha. The substance of Apaha is Agnihi. Like that, stage by stage. Finally she asks, what is the substance of Akasha? Then only Acharya says, your head will fall. Qualify yourself and come. Then she goes back. Again she comes. Asks the same question. That's why I mentioned in that notes, in 3 places. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad only, in 3 places it comes, the same question. So the question is about Satyam. The question presupposes the understanding that what I see is not Satyam. Whatever I experience is not Satyam. Whatever with which I am transacting is not Satyam. Whatever appearing to me about myself is not Satyam. I am Mritavan, Jatavan is not Satyam. So what is that? Otam Protam, woof and warp of this creation. Fifth question. Now sixth question. This is from a small child. He has not entered even Gurukula. Our hero, Nachiketa Swami. And he goes to Yamadharmaraja, being gifted by his own father. Out of anger, his father gifted him in a ritual by slip of tongue. See, he goes there and fulfills the father's words, even though it is slip of tongue. He consoles the father, don't worry father, I will go and come, don't worry, why you are crying? Hey, from where you can come back? From Mrityu you can come? Yes, I can come back. He goes there. To Mrityu, to whom everybody is afraid of. He goes there, meets Mrityu and gets the boon. And he uses the boon to get something. He doesn't use the boon to get something from Mrityu. He uses the boon to gain knowledge about something. See, that is the intelligence. You get boon, not to get something. To gain some knowledge, you get the boon. Because knowledge cannot be taken away by anyone. Whatever is given will be taken away. But knowledge cannot be taken away. And it cannot be given also, but it can be taught. What is the difference between given and taught? Given means, even if you don't want, they can hand over and go. Taught means only if you want, they can hand over. He uses the boon for gaining the knowledge. He asks a beautiful question. Like this question, you won't find anywhere in the Upanishadic text. It's an ultimate question. What is that? Anyatra dharmad, anyatra adharmad, anyatra asmad krita kritat, anyatra bhutacha bhavyacha, yat tat pashyasi tad vada. He has covered entire human existence, entire creation. Anyatra bhutacha bhavyacha. That which is not either in past or in future or in present. Asmat krita kritat. That which is neither in the form of action nor in the form of result of an action. Anyatra dharmad, anyatra adharmad. That which is not in the form of punyam or papam. What is that? Yamadharmaraja doesn't want to give answer for this grand question because he wanted to verify whether the questioner is qualified. So he cajoles. 8-year-old child you are, not yet gone to Gurukula also. Accidentally you came here and suddenly you put such a question. Mind-boggling question it is. To ask this question when I was human being, I did not know. I never asked this type of questions when I was human being. After coming here only, becoming Yamadharmaraja made me Vairagi. What work it is? All the time beating others. Jailer work. And no leave also. 24/7. Everybody will be afraid of me. Nobody will love me. You are such a wonderful child. You have come here loving me. So I will give you all nice toys and nice things for your life. And in future you can marry many girls and they will serve you. They are divine girls. They will serve you and you will have plenty of wealth. Like that he cajoles. This boy says, I am not interested. Please answer. Yat tat pashyasi tadvada. If you know, tell. One meaning. Yat pashyasi tadvada. I know that you know. Please tell. That is why you are cajoling me. How you know that I know? If Yamadharmaraja asks, this boy, why you are cajoling me? Straightly you could have told, I don't know. What you told? Even Devatas are disqualified to know this. That's what you told. Devairatrapi vichikitsitam pura. Atra devaihi api vichikitsitam na samarthaha. That's what you told. That means you know that. Please tell. The meaning of this question is, what is that anantam vastu? That which is not limited by 3 periods of time. Bhutascha bhavyascha. That which is not limited by actions and its results. That which is not limited by punyam and papa. Dharmam and adharmam. Life is full of limitations. Desha kala avastha limitations. Brahmachari avastha, I have certain code of contact. Grahastha avastha, code of contact. If I violate that code of conduct, then it becomes adharma. Then it creates bad result, suffering, like that. What is that which is not included in this vicious cycle created by desha, kala and avastu? What is that aparichinna vastu which is not limited by desha, kala, avastha? So, anantam vastu kim? And he says, you are qualified to tell this. Why you know? You are the Sakshi of changing times. You are Kala Devata. Kala Devata is the person who is the witness of changing times. You are seeing ex Brahma, present Brahma you are seeing. You will see future Brahma also. In Tenali Rama's life, there was a question asked, what is that which doesn't have death? All are breaking their heads. Tenali Rama enjoys their restlessness. He casually says, death itself. Death itself is the deathless one. Mrutyuhu eva amrutyuhu. Understood? Kala Devata alone is amrutyuhu. So therefore you can know. Being a jnani, you know. Being Kala Devata, you know. Please tell. What should I tell? What is that anantam vastu, aparichinnam vastu, akhandam vastu? 7th question. Adhihi bhagavo brahmedi. Simple question. This question was asked by son to his father, teacher. Bhrigu Rishi asked Varuna Bhagavan. Brahma kim iti adhihi. What is the meaning of infinite? Because infinite is not an object. Finite is an object. Infinite means negation of that finitude. Understood? Negation of finitude, what it is. Question itself requires a lot of thinking. So, adhihi bhagavo brahme iti. Then 8th question. This is very funny question. Haruni Rishi, father, asked his son, Shvetaketu, because Shvetaketu was sent to a Gurukula. He came after completing his Gurukula Vasa after 12 years. When he came, the father found that fellow is with haughtiness, with arrogance. Vidya Garva is there. So he understood. So how to make him to understand, be humble. Humility is the sign of knowledge. So he asked one question. Hey Shvetaketu, my dear, have you completed your studies? Yes, father. 12 years. Successful. I am gold medalist. You are gold medalist? Okay. Let me ask one question. Ashrutakam shrutam yena bhavati. Unheard becomes heard by which? Very funny question it is. Unheard becomes heard by which? Amatam matam bhavati. Unthought becomes thought by which? Avijñātam vijñātam bhavati. Unknown becomes known by which? Very question is what? என்னப்பா இந்த மாதிரி சொல்றீங்க? What it is? The student is just 20-year-old student. So he says, is it there anything like that? If it is there, my teacher would have taught. How? The answer is, again, arrogance. Is there anything by which you hear unheard, you think unthoughtable, and you know unknowable? If like that anything is there means, my teacher would have taught me. The father was just observing his arrogance. Even if there, why should he teach you if you are not qualified? Then the student says, Shvetaketu says, no, I am qualified, I am very humble to my teacher. In front of you, I may be arrogant, appearing as arrogant. I was very humble in front of my teacher. Okay, you may be humble, he may be idiot. No, my teacher is not idiot. Very grand teacher he was. Then why he did not tell you? Anyhow, whether I am not qualified to hear or he may not know that. If you know that, please tell me, Father. The father creates a curiosity of knowing something grand. The question is, Yena ashrutam shrutam bhavati, amatam matam bhavati, avijñātam vijñātam bhavati. The meaning of this question is, what is that? Anantam jnanam vastu. If you go through the class seriously, slowly, you will understand what is that Satyam Vastu, what is that Anantam Vastu, what is that Jnanam Vastu. Then, one more question I will tell at the end of the class. One student comes and asks a teacher, Keneshitam patati preshitam manaha, kena pranaha pratamaha praiti yuktaha, Keneshitam vachamimam vadanti, Chakshushrotram kavu devo yunakti. We see our sense organs work, we see our mind work, we see our prana works. By whose presence all these are all working? The very question presupposes the understanding they are all jadam. They cannot work by themselves. They are all jadam. Sense organs are jadam. Body is jadam, inert. Prana is inert. Mind also is inert. It is active, appearing as the active because of somebody's presence. Who is that? To make a Jadavastu as a conscious entity, who must be there? Consciousness must be there. Consciousness alone can make a Jadam as conscious entity. What is that consciousness? What is that Anantam Jnanam? So, with these sample questions, I try to bring to your knowledge. The question surrounds about three things. What is the Anantam Vastu? What is that Satyam Vastu? What is that Jnanam Vastu? What is the meaning of life? What is that existing eternally? And what is existing infinitely? This is the basic question asked by great scientists. What is the substance of this creation? Whether it is existing or not? Behind this substance, anything is there as conscious entity or not? Whether that consciousness is infinite or not limited by time, space and causality. What is the answer you know for all these varieties of questions? Tattvamasi Shvetaketu. For all questions, you ask question from any angle about the reality, what is the answer you know? One answer. If you ask what is the substance? Tattvamasi. What is that infinite entity? Tattvamasi. What is that conscious entity? Tattvamasi. So that is called Tattvamasi Prakaranam. Answer is same for all these questions in all Upanishads in different words, but answer is same. You are that. How I can be that? What are the answers for these specific questions which we saw today? The answers we will see tomorrow. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.
Samudra भो